We are back with another Dark Souls 3 video. Some very cool tracks today. We're gonna actually start with an unused track. I think it was supposed to be for the Demon Prince, but it's called Crimson Bat. And yeah, it was not used in the game. I guess they still had it in the game files. That's how someone found it. But we're gonna listen to that one first. And then we're also going to listen to Aldrich, Devourer of Gods, and then For the Dark Soul. We're just gonna listen to the track without the little pop-up here. I like this chord right here. Oh my. Okay, I'm gonna pause this just because it really makes you think more about the game development side of things. Like, composers write music all the time that never sees the light of day, and I think that's something that a lot of us don't even really think about. The fact that they were able to find this track in the game itself, like in the metadata or like wherever, is awesome because we're actually still able to listen to it. And yeah, this is very interesting. I do kind of like this track for the Demon Prince. There's something very beautiful about it, but it still has a little bit of that dissonance and some sinister quality to it. But it's not as like evil as some of the other tracks that we've listened to. I'm liking it a lot. I think it's very interesting that Yuka kind of went this route originally, I guess. But yeah, let's keep listening. I'm super excited to hear what happens next. Violin. I'm loving this chord progression. Okay, just one second. That swell that they did was different than the other swells. So instead of just doing a glissando on the violin and like the strings in general, they actually had a tremolo glissando, which I don't think I've heard before in any of these other tracks, like Bloodborne or any of the Dark Souls tracks in Elden Ring too. It's usually just been a normal glissando swell for the strings. So I like that little addition of the tremolo. It definitely gets a little bit even more suspense in this transition that we're at right now, probably between phases 1 and 2. I'm assuming we're about halfway. So that's so cool. Let's keep listening. Dissonance. it loop? I think it loops, but... Oh, that chord! Something so majestic about that. I do also want to point out that this track, in terms of the chord progression and harmonic progression, it's pretty simple. We have maybe 3 or 4 chords total in this entire track, which is interesting. I like that we have a little bit more of like a grounding factor when it comes to the chords, right? We're kind of stuck in one chord for a good while before it moves on to the next one, but it always comes back to this one root, right? Again, the tonic, which could like make sense because you don't want too much movement for something that's already, it's a demon prince. You're thinking something already in hell, like the bottom of the bottom, right? It can't really go anywhere, really. They're kind of stuck there. So maybe there's a parallel there with the music, not really going all these different directions with these different chords for the progression. So I think it already looped, but this music is so good, we're just gonna finish it off. So you basically have 2 chords here. Nice. It does get a little bit more dissonant towards the end. I'm not really sure what key we're in even. It's a little bit more atonal, but in general, this piece kind of sticks to, I would say, 3, maybe 4 chords for the entire duration. You guys highly recommended that I listen to Aldrich, Devourer of Gods. I had made a post about it, and you guys, some of you had commented that it's worth listening to, so we're going to listen to Aldrich, and we will also listen to For the Dark Soul. A couple of you had recommended that as well, so let's get to it. Definitely more sinister right off the bat. Oh. Chромaticism. Oh, wow. Yeah, you can hear the bass movement kind of going stepwise, half step by half step, so chromatically going up a little bit, ascending with their notes, and it's really spooky. When you listen to this, like everything feels like it's modulating, but it's also not. This is composed by Motoi Sakuraba, and I don't believe there's any live performers in this track. I keep thinking like, if Yuka even just sang on this, it would be so much better. But that's just me being a musician and being kind of spoiled and wishing that there were more live performances in these kinds of tracks. But in general, the composition so far sounds really cool. And I think it does fit Aldrich pretty darn well. So let's keep listening. Dissonance everywhere. And chromaticism. It's a very interesting shift that just happened. I felt like I was hearing the voices a little bit more panned to the left and right, and it sounds like they're actually saying something this time. I could be wrong though. But again, this whole track just sinister, dissonant, very chromatic, again, in terms of lots of half steps. So it kind of feels a little atonal, and like, where is the actual tonal center? I don't know. It goes all over the place. I can definitely understand why the music sounds the way it does, just because of who Aldrich is and the lore behind him. Yeah, let's keep listening. We got less than like a minute left. Oh, good old Motoi. Definitely believe this track was worth listening to, but it surely is not pleasing to the ear. Regardless, there's a lot about Aldrich, right? How evil this person is, and this music definitely matches him. All right, the last track for today is a pretty short one. It's also by Yuka. It is For the Dark Soul. Oh, I got chills. Oh, hell yeah! This is just such a juxtaposition from what we just listened to. Like, this is so melodic and so beautiful, and we got live players for this too. Like, again, Yuka, like I cannot emphasize enough like how much I love her compositions. They're always so beautifully written. I'm gonna back up a bit because this little section here is phenomenal, and I want to listen to it again. Oh my god, I kind of want to even cover this track. Is like right up my alley to cover, so if that's something that you guys might be interested in, please let me know. But let's keep listening to this really cool part. Wow. Oh, chills again. Why is that making me tear up? Again, it just goes to show how effective adding live performers can be to your music. I really want to cover this. It sounds like it's a piano and maybe a string quartet playing. I'd have to find a cellist, but that shouldn't be an issue because I know a couple cello friends, so that is gorgeous. I need to listen to more of her music. I think we might do Sekiro after Dark Souls 3 is done. We'll still do Elden Ring, don't get me wrong, we'll do Elden Ring, but I want to do another FromSoft game as well. I think Sekiro might be a good one because I believe Yuka has composed for that one too, right? Feel free to let me know your suggestions on what we should react to next after finishing Dark Souls 3. So good. Alright, and that is it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, please hit that like button and also subscribe. It tells YouTube that you enjoy my content and you want to see more of it. And of course, if you'd like to get early access to these types of videos, feel free to take a look at the membership tiers that I have available. You can get the early access, you get your suggestions prioritized, and you can even get your names in these videos like these awesome people right here. So feel free to check it out. We have a few more Dark Souls 3 tracks to get through, a couple more videos, and we will get to Gale. We're getting there. I think it might have to be August if I'm planning everything out properly. I want to say towards the end of August we should be able to do Slave Knight Gale, hopefully. So just be patient for a little bit longer. We do have some other awesome OSTs that we're listening to at the same time, like Clair Obscure and Hollow Knight and Deltarune even, and things like that. So please stay tuned, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!